Hey everyone, Jonathan and Molly here, and welcome back to Savoring the Magic, where we believe there is magic in the details.
That's right. So today we are going to be exploring the first immersive land that Hollywood Studios received after its name change and revamp, and that is Toy Story Land. So come along with us as we shrink down to one of the size of Andy's toys. So, Toy Story Land here in Hollywood Studios did not come into existence until 2018, but Toy Story had a presence in the park for a while beforehand. The Toy Story Parade made its debut in Hollywood Studios in November of 1995 to help publicize and promote the film. The parade ran until June of 1997 and featured Sarge and the Green Army Men. It also saw Buzz Lightyear with his spaceship and the Green Aliens, Woody standing on top of some stacked toys, and Mr. Potato Head and Ham with stacks of classic games. Of course, this also meant that character meet and greets with some of the main characters became available. Toy Story continued to have a presence in parades in future years. They showed up in the Disney Stars and Motor Cars Parade from 2001 to 2008. They appeared in Block Party Bash from 2008 to 2011, and they appeared in the Pixar Pals Countdown to Fun Parade from 2011 to 2013 with a bunch of other Pixar characters. The first Toy Story themed ride to make an appearance in Orlando, though, would be Toy Story Midway Mania. It would open on May 31st, 2008, only 5 months after the name change to Hollywood Studios. The ride, quote unquote, shrunk guests to the size of a toy, and while Andy was away, guests were invited to play along with the new Midway game set he had received for his birthday. We know this ride today as Toy Story Mania, but when it opened in 2008, it debuted with the area called Pixar Place. The Pixar Place section was themed to look like the entrance to the real Pixar Studios in Emeryville, California, and indeed, it did. The architecture, signage, and even the bricks used look stunningly similar to the studio.
The same ride was added to Disney's California Adventure roughly a month after it opened here in Walt Disney World, with wildly different theming. While this was the primary presence of Toy Story stateside, it was a very different story internationally. Toy Story Playland was added to the Toon Studio area of Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris on August 17, 2010. It opened with RC Racer, Slinky Dog Zip Zag Spin, and the Toy Soldiers Parachute Drop. Toy Story Land arrived in Hong Kong Disneyland on November 17, 2011, with similar attractions. In 2015, it was announced that Toy Story Land would be coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios as part of a multi-year expansion plan. Replacing part of the backlot tour, the 11-acre area would be the largest Toy Story Land of any of the parks.
The building of Toy Story Land here meant the end of Pixar Place as we knew it. The area was closed while the entrance to Toy Story Mania was reworked for the new land. A third track was also added to the attraction at the same time. This also saw the removal of the original signage for Pixar Place, and now it primarily functions as a character meet and greet area for Pixar characters such as Edna Mode and Frozone. The Toy Story treatment was announced for Shanghai Disneyland in 2016, and both it and Hollywood Studios would open their Toy Story lands in 2018.
Ours debuted with 3 attractions and 1 eatery, with a second restaurant, Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, added in 2023.
So, like we said at the beginning, Toy Story Land was the first immersive experience added to Hollywood Studios. So, let's go walk through it. Let's go look at all the details the Imagineers have left for us to find and just generally enjoy that area of the park.
That's right.
Let's go. So yeah, as we walk around, keep in mind that everything here is supposedly from Andy's imagination and is meant to look like it was built using typical items that kids interact with. As we come in, fun fact, the voice of Woody at the front is actually not voiced by Tom Hanks, but by his brother. Also, as strange as it sounds, notice the color and texture of the concrete as you enter Toy Story Land. It is meant to look like dirt, and it's also why we can see indentations from Andy's footprints. And for reference, these are actually like 25 feet long. Like we said, a lot of simple choices that reinforce the theming and, the whole idea of Andy building this. We have the connects being used as fences and boundaries. Even the trash cans look like they're built with blocks with the way they're colored. Benches being made out of dominoes and tracks and popsicle sticks that are stained on one side. And yeah, just so many of those details that make this land what it is. Another simple but effective detail is the use of the alphabet blocks to spell out words, the wooden blocks being used to build structures. And fun fact, there are more than 400 toy blocks present in the land. And as we walk in, notice the entrance to Roundup Rodeo Barbecue as we pass. Like we said, the latest addition to the land.
So here at Toy Story Mania, like we said, the ride actually debuted 10 years before the land did, but it has been upgraded along the way. Also, when looking at this ride, there's no way to not see the resemblance to the Buzz Lightyear ride in Magic Kingdom. However, the Imagineers worked to find ways to differentiate it and make it more competitive and repeatable. One way they do this is by not just measuring your score, but also your accuracy. Some cool details: the cartoonish bear Woody is holding on the Midway Games box at the first right-hand turn in the queue is one of several animated characters first seen in Toy Story 2. They alert Woody that Stinky Pete and Jessie are trapped in the mine with dynamite. They're also throughout the queue and appear as animal crackers at Woody's lunchbox. The balsa wood airplane along the right-hand side of the queue has the name Blue Sky, a nod to Imagineers' process of brainstorming in Imagineering's Blue Sky Studios. Reaching the boarding area is symbolically us entering Andy's room, and the basic story of the ride is the same as before. You're interacting with his toys who have discovered a new Midway game under the bed. The string of monkeys in the outdoor queue and their blue barrel used to live in Pixar Place, which once occupied the area to the left of the main entry into Toy Story Land. The big spool of kite string leaning against the Connects box also used to call Pixar Place home. The number 2 pencils holding up the Bo Peep game and the lights along the path from the entry to Toy Story Mania are Dixon Ticonderoga, whose company is headquartered in Lake Mary, just north of Orlando.
After riding Toy Story, we passed the meet and greet area. You know, really just very cool the way that they use what looks like cardboard boxes to make up the facades for the area. Very much harkens back to the original movie and the cowboy town that Andy makes. And here we are at Slinky Dog Dash, and there are a ton of details to enjoy here. First up, the height indicators at the entry to the attraction are reminiscent of the original tokens in the classic Candyland board game. Notice as well for the wait times, Andy has pressed an old wristwatch face and his dog's ID tag to indicate the wait time for the queue. And once you're past, if you turn around, you can see Buster's name and the address of the family home on the back of the sign. Halfway through the queue on the blue Dash and Dodge box, you'll find the date 2/3/1986. This is significant because this is the date that Steve Jobs invested in Lucasfilm's computer division's technology, which is what led to the establishment of Pixar. The big pink clipboard near the loading area is covered in stickers. One of them is a triangular sticker with a bull's head that reads Triple R Ranch, the name of the cowboy camp Andy went to in Toy Story 2. When Andy assembled his Slinky Dog roller coaster, he followed the instructions in his Dash and Dodge Mega Coaster play kit, and you can see the layout on the box above the attraction's loading area. Don't miss the hidden Mickey in the clouds above the parachuting green army men on Andy's drawing in the boarding area. The yellow price sticker on Rex's box is $19.95, giving a nod to the year that the original Toy Story film was released. Mr. Spell at the end of the ride on the top of a Rubik's Cube also used to live in Pixar Place. And behind Wheezy is a book called Mr. Pricklepants Songs for Singing, referencing the hedgehog from Toy Story 3 and 4. So for Alien Swirling Saucers, the story here is that Andy has collected enough game tickets at Pizza Planet to get this Alien Swirling Saucers Home Edition, which has now taken up residence in his backyard. The game features alien-driven flying saucers whipping rockets around 4 turntables while the claw looms ominously overhead. As you approach the area, notice the lime green railings, how it changes from the regular Connects to that. The 2 armored guards standing watch at the entry to the queue are reminiscent to the guards at the doorway into Pizza Planet. That giant blaster over there should look awfully familiar to those of us who have ridden Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin in Magic Kingdom. The spaceships on the ride feature the rocket logo of Pizza Planet. And then, of course, one of the fixtures that you move past is actually a literal Pizza Planet. And on this ride, they actually use 10 different musical tracks as you spin around the universe. All of them are kind of a peppier, sometimes chaotic version of the music from Toy Story. And really just some other wayward details, as it were, as we reach the end of the area. The word restrooms is built from those Scrabble blocks that we talked about. The alphabet blocks also let you know which restroom is which. And, you know, as you walk through the land, the gift kiosks are made out of what looks like toys. So you have like the toy dump truck and a Fisher-Price Play family camper. And we're hungry, so here's lunch. Yay!
We got the brisket and the grilled cheese to split.
Yes, because both are excellent, so.
We also got a hot chocolate tart.
Yes, so apparently this was like a holiday thing and they still have it, so.
There it is.
Looks very good.
We'll report back.
Yes. Teacher Molly here. We forgot to talk about lunch, and guess what? It was delicious. So highly recommend the grilled cheese, the beef brisket sandwich thing, and that Pop-Tart thing that is delicious. So there you have it. So if you know some of these details around Toy Story Land, what are some of your favorite areas to hit whenever you're here? Comment and let us know.
That's right, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Really helps us out. We have videos coming out every week. But until next time, keep savoring the magic.